Yo, what up YouTube? Coming at you with a bit of a different video today. Doing a little backside prep on the car. At the last drift event, the car was cutting power quite a lot. I mean, there could be a few reasons as to why that happened, but I'm going to try and figure that out today, or at least take care of what I can today to prevent that from happening in the future. So probably just go through a couple of examples here from the last drift day where the car was cutting power. You guys really probably couldn't tell, but. So the car cut power right there as well. You can see me steering back in right here pretty good because it's cutting power. Not banging off the limiter. That's not throttle control, it's just not going off the limiter. So I knew there was a problem here as well on this run. You can see me adjusting for the lack of power right about here, and then we're actually holding the gas in to try to get it a red line a little bit too long, and I almost went off a course because of it. So that wasn't good. As well on the this straightaway of Clubhouse here, it cut power going into turn 1. So definitely something I need to address. The last time I had slid this car was in August. Okay, so yeah, it's been quite a bit later. That event was late April. So yeah, it has been quite a while, and the gas that was in there was kind of old. I did run the tank down to a half a tank before the event, but that half tank was still old gas. I topped it off with new gas. I don't know if that could have been part of the issue. That's one theory that I have. Other theory is that the MAFs potentially got dirty. I never cleaned the filters this season or before last season, so they might be also dirty. So I'm going to try to address that today. Oh, I bought 3 new gas cans. I'm going to need at least 4 of them for the tank, and then I'm going to need a 5th one to put some gas back in it so I can go take it out and get some gas. But I picked this up at Harbor Freight. We're going to try to transfer all of this old gas that's in the tank into these. I'll use them around the house, you know, for the quad or whatever, and we'll get some fresh gas in this thing. Before the event, I did new injectors and stuff, so I know like that can't be it. I know the fuel filter or whatever is fine. That's in the basket on the end of the pump. Those are fine. So I'm just gonna try to address those 2 things as well. I'm gonna go around and check all of the grounds on the engine because I did find one of the grounds was loose. Look at that. Look at that. That's not good.
Pretty good.
That's bad.
No issues, no nothing? Huh? No issues, no nothing? No.
Just kind of gonna be taking care of what I can today. Alright, so I got this thing unboxed. Put some batteries in it. Takes double D, but also just remember, I never set fuel pressure in this car when I put the new Aeromotive pump in the stock fuel hat location, so I don't think that would be affected because this is just a lift pump going over to the Radium fuel surge, and that I haven't changed that pump yet. So still gonna check fuel pressure and see if it's at the recommended. It should be at like 50.8. Double check that real quick before we go and take the whole top hat out and start draining this tank. So just want to check that real quick. Either way, we are going to drain the tank. So got the top hat out. Done that like 7 times on this channel. Let's get a look in there. Tank looks fine. But yeah, we're just gonna get all that gas out. Yep, that's working great. All right, so
Just got that basically drained as far as I can get it. I cannot get over to the other side from here, so I am gonna have to use the siphon on the other side, and that involves undoing these lines here, 2 lines here, and undoing the housing from the car. We gotta take it out and then we could drain it. Well, so I took apart the basket and there was a little bit of schmutz in the basket, but the filter looks pretty good, so I'm not gonna replace that. This is the Aeromotive pump that I swapped out in at Vibes, so this is still going strong. But yeah, I'm gonna slap this all back in the car, and then we'll get the other side out and drain that side. All right, so I just took the in-tank surge pump out and got a little bit of schmutz on the bottom of it. Should be able to carb clean that out, most of it, and there is some at the bottom of the actual like surge tank. Just a wee bit of smudge down there, so gonna clean that out. For those that aren't familiar, on my car I did opt to run the Radium in-tank fuel surge kit. Looking back at this, I'd probably just cut my freaking fuel tank in half, weld it up, and call it a day, if I'm being honest. So you guys should do that. And yeah, I think that kit was like $750 or something. So far so good. I do want to replace the AEM pump in here with something eventually when it actually fails. I have had nothing but bad luck with AEM pumps. Just gonna clean that filter off, throw it back in. Sweet. All right, so tank is completely drained now. Probably got 7 or 8 gallons out of it. I did run it pretty low on the way back home, so whatever crappy gas was in there should be gone. Hopefully that will help. It's certainly not gonna hurt. Next we're gonna do maths. All right, so it is the next day. Today might be a little bit different. I'm actually gonna go out to Lock City Drift today. They are doing a C and D clinic, so I'm actually gonna go help out and instruct some drifting. I don't know if I'm gonna include that in the video. I'll try to put maybe some clips in here or there. Should be kind of cool. But yeah, gonna go get that filter, hopefully, and get a cert belt for this car. And yeah, I'll update you guys throughout the day. Sweet. Now go get some gas. All right, back at the house. Got 15 gallons of 93 to put in the Z and some paper filters as well. So gonna be doing that real quick. Well, car's all gassed up again. Sweet. Gonna start getting the air filters in. All right, so with that, Z is ready to hit the road again, or hit the track. I don't really know what the issue is with the car cutting power, but I'm hoping all of that stuff will have helped. It's definitely not gonna hurt. So, you know, it was just kind of a cheap insurance, just draining out all the old gas, putting fresh new 93 in, cleaning the maps and brand new filters. We checked oil, we checked fuel pressure, and that was good too. So really, I'm just gonna have to shake the car down and see what happens. Yeah, gonna be going out to the track later to do some instructing and whatnot. So I don't know if I'm gonna be bringing this car out, because I mean, it's a day for, you know, it's not a day for me, it's a day for the people learning. But I might just drive it down anyways, just because
just to drive it and kind of shake it down a little bit on the drive there, do a couple pulls. I don't know, but I'll update you guys later with what the heck we're doing. All right, so on the way to Thompson, decided to take the Z. So I'm gonna just drive it down there and see how it does. Make sure it doesn't like cut power on the highway or whatever. And yeah, hopefully everything's good with this car. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get there as far as like recording, but I might just update you guys at the end of the day. But yeah, driving the car now, and so far so good. So. Alright, so everybody's killing it at the bee clinic over here at the clubhouse. Alright, so I'm going to try and break this down a little bit, how the day went. I did a terrible job of actually recording or anything like that. Felt kind of uncomfortable doing it, so I'm just going to break it down here and what you guys should expect from the bee group clinic. So basically we were starting off with clutch kicks and working our way through each of these stages. So working all the way up to drift the entire A group layout. So basically we started out with clutch kicks. Those we started with a cone right here. We were having people just drive with speed, clutch kick right here, getting through the course and kind of getting these transitions down, ending the run right here, not going up the hill, but drifting this last corner. Everybody got that down. We moved on to feints, took that cone away, and we set up a cone, I believe it was right here, and then we had one kind of like on the other side here. I believe there was one over here on the other side of the curbing as well. We were having people basically learning how to feint entry without using the handbrake. So coming out of grid, we were having them come out wide, pull in to this cone here, and then start your flick right at that cone. So basically just, you know, flick in, clutch kick, whatever you got to do, out to here, or at least mid-track. You need enough room and speed to get this done. A lot of people are having issues with not carrying enough speed, so that was like my main tip, was just carrying more speed through this, and really the correct line. Coming through, hitting the rest of the course, doing the same thing, ending right here. So depending on your gearing, you're gonna have to kind of set up your line differently and some other things. So I was kind of working with some people on that as well. Once we got through this whole flick entry, we started working on holding lines and transition timing. So kind of just set up reference cones, whereabouts you want to be on the course. We kept these cones out because this is a good cone for reference. We had a cone here, I believe, or it was like right around here. Had kind of a cone somewhat out on, I think there was one out here, one right here. There was one here, and then here. And we also had people trying to run out wide out here. So some of these cones were zones, some were just a transition point like this one, but basically just trying to have you guys like stick to a line through here that is constant, basically coming out wide here, coming through somewhat midline here. This is just a transition marker. Come through wide, try to stay wide through here, and about here is where you're going to go mid-track. Come out here, you're going to kind of be somewhat outside here. And we are having people actually come in through the inside here. A lot of us like to go out wide, some of us that have a good amount of power. But for most people, you're going to want to stay inside here to carry enough speed and momentum to bring it out wide to this rumble strip. And we were having people cut off there, not drifting up over the hill quite yet. So really just trying to focus on line, transition timing, all that stuff. And then we moved on to the full course. So having people get up over this hill. You're coming out wide here. You're kind of probably coming out a little wider. But getting up over this hill is pretty dangerous. Right here, if you're not on the right line, you're going to have to handbrake pull, maybe even sooner, right there. If you're on a good line, you can clutch kick, or not clutch kick, hold in the clutch for a very, very quick second. And I mean really quick, because you gotta push off of this wall. There's a wall right here. Very, very common for people to go into this wall. Quite a lot of cars go here, so don't do that. But if you're not on the right line, or you're not quite sure of how to get over here, you're going to be handbraking to get up around here. If you're on a decent line, a little bit of a clutch float very quickly back onto power to bring you through. And if you're on the perfect line, you're just going to be matted through this whole thing. Basically coming up through, coming out wide, and continuing the rest of the course as we were before. And yeah, that was basically it. We had a fair amount of people getting up over this hill, and that felt super, super cool, being able to instruct people to get through this whole course. It's not an easy course. Definitely satisfying seeing progression and people do better. So yeah, that was the structure of the day and pretty much what to expect from the B group clinic. So they're letting me take my car for a lap, so that's cool. Might do a couple. And this will be the first time I'm trying out my car in the dry, so pretty cool. Different in the dry. Let's just put that out there. I tried to do a backy and that didn't really work. So I think I'm just gonna not do that.
I'm gonna go back to instructing now. Everybody's doing super good, getting up over that hill and actually connecting the straight into turn one. That's kind of what we've been working on in the later part of the day, but gonna take my car for like a couple more laps and yeah, then we're basically done for the day. So successful drift coaching. I didn't really put any of that in the video, didn't really feel comfortable with it, so maybe next time. Do anything weird. I want to try doing a backy on that, but yeah. Feels good to frickin' slide this car in the dry. Alright. Maybe one more. I don't know. Car feels really good in the dry. I wasn't expecting it to drive today. I'm glad I did drive this car down. I didn't even unpack it from the event really. Other than trying to work on it, I just kind of threw the tires back in just in case. I love this car. Well, I think it's safe to say the car's not cutting power right now, so whatever we did earlier I think helps. And then I'm gonna call it because I really what a day, what a good day. This has been cool. All right, so that's the end of the day of the clinic. So I'm gonna pack my stuff back in the car and head back home. So I only got like 5 laps. I was not expecting to get any laps, if I'm being honest, but we still got a tire. So these tires are definitely gonna last a lot longer the next time I go to slide on. They're definitely gonna be heat cycled, so that's cool. Yeah, gonna pack up and then head back. All right, so that would be the end of the video. I think the day went pretty damn good. So yeah, thank you guys for letting me actually drive my car and test it out. That was super cool. I did not expect that at all. Almost was gonna bring up the Yaris, and yeah, I was gonna feel pretty stupid if I did that. So yeah, that was really cool. Did not expect that whatsoever. And yeah, helping people is really cool. I think I did pretty good getting some people throughout the course and stuff. So definitely would be interested in doing more of those. Hit me up if you guys need more help in the future. I'll send a message as well, but that was super cool getting people out up over the hill throughout the full course and stuff. It was sick. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a bit of a different one on this one. So yeah, hope to catch you in the next one. Give it a like, comment, subscribe. I am trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Honestly, we're really close. So thank you guys who have been tuning in, and yeah, hope to catch you in the next one. Have a nice night, day, wherever you are. Peace out.